What is going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Aaron here, and we have a very, very hot show for you today.
What's on the menu?
We're going to be touching on Web3 gaming. We're going to be touching on Pudgy Penguins. We're going to be touching on Solana. We're going to be talking about NFTs. Guys, it's a very, very big one today, so stick with us to the end. So what we're actually going to be talking about today is Web3 gaming. Web3 gaming, NFTs, consumer crypto. How is that going to have an impact this cycle? Is it going to have an impact this cycle? Have you actually been dollar cost averaging into your tokens that I've been asking you to do?
Oh yeah, trust me.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to be talking about one of the tokens on my channel today that I have been dollar cost averaging into. Now, you can have a guess what that token is in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. But let's get into it, guys. So the narratives here, 7% up today on the daily. The best narrative of the last 24 hours of crypto. What is that? Huh? It's GameFi. GameFi. Yes, that's right, GameFi. Who would have thought? Just 4 weeks ago, we had CoinDesk here basically dancing on the grave of Web3 gaming, saying that it's facing ongoing turmoil and it's a persistent decline. And here we are, less than 1 month later, and GameFi might be having a comeback. Well, actually, it was CoinDesk here that actually got us onto this, because as you can see, they tweeted here earlier today that after peaking in 2022, crypto gaming is rising again. And yeah, funny they should say that after just less than a month, saying that it was basically effectively dead. Now, let's actually talk about this, because there's a lot of consumer-facing products coming to market, not just products, physical products, but of course also blockchains like Abstract Chain. And also a bit of news here today, Solana begins shipping Seeker mobile device in over 50 countries. And I'm mentioning mobile because, of course, all of these consumer devices, such as mobiles or handheld gaming consoles, are all obviously built to play Web3 games inside. Now, Solana Mobile stands to earn at least $67.5 million from the sales of the Seeker here, which has been pre-ordered many times higher than the first generation device. So apparently, the Seeker phone has amassed over 150,000 orders, which is a huge amount of orders, guys, way more than the actual gaming devices themselves. But what I'm thinking about here is that we're seeing this consistently now, is that more and more consumer devices are getting in the hands of the public, and the public are getting more and more exposed to crypto all of the time, okay? Especially with the likes of Pengu, the likes of Pudgy Penguins, and so much more that we're going to cover in today's video. Now, also on top of that, Solana, PSG1, the console is called, actually also announced today that they've officially surpassed 8,000 pre-orders for the PSG1. And let's not forget the Sui Play OX1, which is a similar device, but for their ecosystem and their blockchain, also completely sold out of their handheld devices. So this Web3 gaming is finally getting into the hands of the consumer, rather than just crypto bros who are there to just farm and play to earn and leave when there's nothing else to actually win, nothing else to actually earn. And so this is why I'm starting to get excited, right? So bear with me, guys, and stick with me on this journey. And let me know what you think, by the way, in the comments below. Do you think that we are entering a Web3 gaming bull run? Next up, we have Yuga NFTs here. So Yuga NFTs basically was talking once again about his famous GIF strategy, okay? Averaging between 800 million to 1 billion impressions a day is the Pengu watermark here. As you can see, on the 77x Thunder post here is just an example of the Pengu basically just being shown on every single GIF, billions, literally billions of times a day. And that will go down as the greatest meme coin distribution vehicle crypto has ever seen. Now, Luca's saying they started this 2 months ago, and he would expect the true network effect of this play to play out in the next couple of months. And don't forget, Luca said that they have something very, very big up their sleeve in Q4, and we're going to talk about what that might be later.
I think Q4 will be absolutely mania for the Pudgy Penguin ecosystem.
But for now, as you can see here, a coin has never seen anything like this. It's uncharted territory. Daily average here is up to nearly $1 billion a day, 908, guys, in terms of the Giphies that are being seen for the Pudgies. And Luca just wrote this on X today. So this is all fresh, clean data. And it just makes me think, man, crypto is getting more and more into the mainstream consciousness. And Pudgy have a game coming out soon, don't they?
Aha!
They do, yes. It's called Pudgy Party. Pudgy Party, which, according to the Pudgy Party official X account, is going to be the #1 in the App Store, guys. But they just can't prove it yet, as they say. But look, this is coming, as you can see, in the summer of 2025. And last time I checked, we are in the summer of 2025, guys, aren't we?
You might be right.
So it's coming very, very soon, and they are partnered with Mythical Games for this. And Mythical Games, don't forget, have also released a Web3 game for NFL and for FIFA, two of the biggest, largest sports franchises in the entire world, okay? Let's remember, of course, that all those FIFA players and all those NFL players are going to be using the Mythical Games marketplace for their NFT buying and selling, which also the Play Pudgy and Pudgy Penguin NFTs are going to be on there. In fact, they're on there already. Yes, that's right, they're on there already. And you know, who knows, maybe you could pick up a bargain today. Little wink for you there.
That's a seduction.
Now, something that's been very much exciting the Pudgy holders and the Pengo ecosystem is that McDonald's have been consistently interacting with the Pudgy account. Okay, as you can see here, Pudgy Penguins was the Am I Invited image, and you can see McDonald's responding. And don't get me wrong, this is not just the only response. They've been interacting with each other a lot over the last 24 hours or so, and that is getting pure speculation right now that potentially Pudgy Penguins might be integrated into the famous Happy Meal. Who can forget the Happy Meal? I used to live off that every single... Well, I wish it was every single day. It's probably once or twice a week if I was a good boy that week, or not if I was a bad boy.
Well, that sounds dirty.
But in general, people were loving those Happy Meals. Obviously, you get the free toy. For those that don't know what Happy Meal is, you get a free toy in every meal, and the kids absolutely love it. Okay, it's a perfect brand positioning, in my opinion, for Pudgy Penguins. And again, who's playing most games these days? It is obviously the youngsters as well. So is it going to include some kind of QR code that could eventually get them to download Pudgy Party? The list goes on, guys. The way that this ecosystem can be built is actually extremely strong, and the reach and the amplification that a McDonald's partnership would give Pudgy Penguins and the entire Web3 ecosystem is absolutely unparalleled to anything that we have seen before. Now, if we actually head over here, the Mythos token is something I wanted to talk to you guys about, okay? Because as you can see here, it's an $86 million, or let's say $87 million market cap, and this is a project that has released games from, as I said, FIFA rivals, NFL, Pudgy Party, and they've got many more massive brands in the pipeline. John Linden, who I interviewed on this channel just a few weeks ago, has an amazing pedigree in gaming with his achievements before, including working on the Call of Duty titles, another favorite of mine alongside FIFA. And actually, if you look at the token here, I find this token specifically quite interesting because, as you can see here, the market cap to FDV, it's almost fully diluted. There's only 20% or so of tokens that are yet to be released or unlocked at this moment in time. And I feel like fundamentally, it's probably one of the strongest coins out there currently. Now, if you think about pretty much everything that Pudgy is doing at the moment is turning to gold. And obviously, with Mythical behind the Play Pudgy game, I would not be surprised if the tweet by a Play Pudgy account was absolutely correct and we saw Play Pudgy hit #1 in the App Store. And of course, what effect could that have on the Mythos token? Well, glad you asked. Don't listen to me. Why don't you listen to John Linden himself, who actually answers this for you guys in the interview I did with him a few weeks ago.
But let's get back to the token.
Yep, let's do it.
The Mythos token.
The Mythos token.
So how does all of this amazing, onboarding of the masses to FIFA rivals have an impact on the Mythos token?
Yeah, so I think it's going to have a pretty massive impact. So, what's interesting right now, the Mythos chain is actually second, I think, right now, second or third in the world of transaction. Well, number one in transaction volume right now for anything digital assets. So I think Ethereum still kind of remains king or queen of sales volume per day. Mythos is sitting like number 2 or number 3 generally on an average day. So we're already doing multiple millions of dollars of sales a day through our chain. If you look at transaction volume, the number of transactions happening, I think the Mythos chain right now is doing more than the other top 9 combined. So
how many is it doing?
I want to say it was well over 100,000 transactions a day, and that's pre-FIFA coming in. So pre-FIFA, pre-Pudgy, pre-other games coming on the network, we're already kind of bigger than everybody else. So what that to me says is gamers are consistent. Gamers drive a lot of value.
Yeah.
And frankly, what's amazing too is gamers aren't like crypto users in the fact that they buy a token, they hold the token, they transact in that over and over and over. So you can actually see, the stored value of these wallets keep growing. Now, I'd love them not to keep growing because I want them spending more and more, but it keeps growing really for 2 reasons. One, players don't really sell their tokens very often. They just kind of keep accumulating. And then when they do sell them, they're transacting, right? I want to get Messi. I'm going to save up my balance and then go get Messi in the market, right? So that's exciting. And then also there's sheer number of wallets coming in. I think now with FIFA, I think we're seeing 30, 40,000 wallets, new wallets a day now on chain. So that's exciting as well. And as that starts kicking in, the marketplace is still on the web. We're bringing that out next month into the game itself, just like we did with NFL.
But what is the flywheel?
So the flywheel basically is consumers are coming in. So the more games we add, more players we add, the more wallets are getting created.
Yep.
They're playing the game religiously. They then are basically creating a lot of transaction volume.
Yep.
The transaction volume basically are generating gas fees in the Myth token, which we just shifted about 3 months ago. We're now burning those gas fees.
There we go.
And then out of that, and already, I'll go through the piece there, and then obviously, just kind of the cycle continues. And what's really amazing about this, so we are now burning probably 50,000 plus Myth a day just on gas fees alone already.
I don't know how much that money is.
So we have a billion max supply. I'd say right now we will be burning 2% pre-FIFA Pudgy. We're already burning 2% of max supply A year right now. A year.
Yeah. Well, but FIFA is going to be way bigger. I guess.
Way bigger. And Pudgy will as well. So
rough estimates, 4%.
I think it'll be probably 6 to 8% with the games we have. So
okay.
You know, it's fascinating. It's really, really fascinating. We did add a staking component as well recently, and I think in February. And what we did out of that is we allocated from the treasury, so no inflation, right? But to me, I want to build a sustainable tokenomics, right? To me, there's not a lot of sustainable tokenomics, right? It's all kind of like moving from one side to the other, inflating your token supply. Yeah. And it's not truly sustainable. Right now, our token, if you stake the Myth token in the chain, it's returning like a 25% APY, right? Which is like, that's pretty healthy. I could see any institutional buyer wanting a 25% APY.
In the same token.
In the same token for now, yeah. So how do you sustain that? Can you do that forever without just inflating the token supply? Well, right now that's 5% of tokens. To sustain it at 25% right now, it's roughly 5% of token supply.
But how long does that last?
That's for a year. Let's say for a year. So right now, so we took that out of the treasury for year one. But here's our goal. I'll tell you the goal very simply. As I mentioned before, I think with these games, we'll be burning 6 to 8%. Well, if you're burning 6 to 8% and you need 5% to give a sustainable 20+% APY, then you can inflate, because even if you inflated to keep covering that, you're still deflationary, right? Even if we added down the road, not saying we will, but that's the way I think about it. Is like, if we need 5% to give a stellar investment back to long-term holders that are securing the network, and we're actually, even if we did that forever and we're burning more than that, it's still deflationary, also giving that APY. So to me, that's the power of gamers, right? The more games you add, the more that tokenomics sustains. And it becomes really, really fascinating long term.
I see the flywheel. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, the flywheel's pretty clear.
And obviously the staking will just give you that foundational price that will just never dip, because the stakers are there and like they're just backing you from the top.
Well, the other problem we have too is that the gamers are basically buying. I think since the history of starting NFL, every single player that's come into the marketplace and bought tokens, only 25% of them have ever left the ecosystem.
So there you have it, guys. You heard from John Lindham himself, the flywheel that he's creating right now with the Mythos token, burning all gas fees. And of course, FIFA rivals themselves already hit the number one on the mobile store. And there's 30 to 40,000 wallets being added every single day. And let's not forget here, Mythos token is not just a game, okay? It's not just one-off gaming token. This is a token that is a bunch of games and will forever be more and more games being built by the Mythical's gaming studio that will be tied to the Mythos token. So this can only ever get more and more in demand as more and more games come out. And let's not forget, it's much more of an infrastructure play. Like Mythos is a layer 2 in itself, and it's actually driving the third largest amount of transactions behind Base and Arbitrum of all layer 2s in the market right now. And it's sat right now in an $86 million market cap, record active wallets in July 2025, okay? 830 million of total sales volume demonstrates sustained marketplace adoption. And I think at that market price, and considering that Pudgy Party is coming up very, very soon, I think it's going to have a major impact on Web3 gaming. Its fundamentals, I believe, is one of the strongest in the market and is currently being completely not priced fairly at all. And one final point about the Mythos token, guys, before we move on here, is actually, if you actually look, the all-time low of this token was only 6 days ago. Okay, and it was only 10%. So look, when I invest, I like to look at a very low potential downside and a huge potential upside in the token that I'm investing in. As when I can see an all-time low here is under 10% of the current price, all-time high is nearly 100% more, and I tell you all those metrics that is coming and all the catalysts that is coming with the Play Pudgy game, then those are the kind of bets that I like to see, especially with the Web3 gaming sector heating up, and Mythos is right at the tip of Web3 gaming. Now, also, not just Mythos, guys. As we've seen here, Illuvium has woken up here overnight, 72% rise in the last 24 hours, guys, for Illuvium. Now, of course, Illuvium was a very, very hyped game, as you guys can see here. If we look at the chart, I mean, this game hit, well, actually it's older than a year old, isn't it? Like if you go back to 2021 bull market, it was over $1 billion market cap, guys. It's now sat over just under $200 million. And whilst it has risen 72% almost overnight, as you can see here, it's still really, really down where it is. Is Web3 gaming waking up today? Should you be placing your bets in Web3 gaming?
You tell us.
I am placing some of my bets in Web3 gaming right now based on what I can see with Pudgy, with Luca, with Abstract, with Mythos, with Illuvium, with Blackhole as well. And we'll be talking about Blackhole in a moment. Now, on top of all of that, guys, we have B3 here, which is scaling fun on Base. Okay, now they say that they're building the open app layer on Base. And guys, as we know, Base has been absolutely ripping it at the moment. They have been onboarding tons and tons of new users into crypto, especially normies. And of course, normies like to play games. It's one of the most popular cultural things in the world. And B3 on Base is right at the forefront of gaming on Base, guys. Okay, and today again, the intersection of consumer crypto and gaming is here for you to see. Today, they actually unveiled B3's expansion into consumer and start cycling value back into the B3 token. Now, quickly, if we actually have a quick look at the B3 token here, it is also up 20% today as well. A significant rise, guys, again, going back into the gaming sector. And it's still sat at under $100 million market cap. And if you are looking for base plays at the moment, this doesn't look like too bad of a bet to actually go in, considering what they have planned and considering the kind of base summer, which we may be starting to have again. And of course, the Web3 gaming and consumer crypto trend. Now, if we actually head down here, what are they saying? So B3 is Base's layer 3 consumer ecosystem built for games, apps, and enterprises that require the performance to scale and the support to grow. So they go on to mention here, they've got these new core products and primitives foundational to their expanding the B3's ecosystem, and that is AnySpend, which is basically their financial layer, as it says here, removing all cross-chain and on-ramp friction. So basically, you can just integrate it into your app, into your website, into your SDK, etc., and you can just basically accept any form of payment, be it credit card, be it crypto, be it any chain, multi-chain, it's all there to use. They also have the B3 Explorer, which is your command center for the B3 ecosystem, guys. I think I've actually got that up here. And also, it also has the B3 App Store. Okay, so the B3 App Store, incubating and incentivizing fun consumer applications, all powered by B3. It's actually pretty exciting, guys. Okay, so as you can see here, B3's financial layer, pay with any token, any chain, anytime. Very, very easy to use. And they've obviously got this B3 Explorer that we just touched upon. Now, this is almost like, the kind of Steam or the Xbox, Play Store, where you're actually searching for games, finding new ways to interact with the blockchain, how to, basically have a new experience on the base ecosystem. It's almost like where we want people to start their journey on base when it comes to gaming and consumer. And I like what I'm seeing here from the kind of B3 App Store team here, because what they're doing is really creating a platform that I think is made and built for the masses and to be as sticky as possible, to get people playing, to get people downloading NFTs, to get people into gaming. And I like what B3 is building here. So I wanted to give B3 a shout out. And obviously I wanted to talk about the base ecosystem, because I do believe base is, alongside Solana, a very, very exciting ecosystem, probably two of the most exciting ecosystems in this bull run. Let's not forget Hyperliquid, of course, all things DeFi, absolute king, and of course Abstract Chain, which I think there's a lot of opportunity with consumer crypto and the whole Pudgy Penguins and Pengu movement. All right, that leads me to Blackhole, guys. I've done videos on Blackhole. I'm bullish on Elio, I'm bullish on Becca, I'm bullish on Blackhole, and what they've been building has been nothing short of fantastic. Now, on top of this, when it comes back to my Web3 gaming theory, guys, and thesis, let's not forget that the guys behind Blackhole, Elio and Becca, and particularly Elio with his project Superverse, is absolutely in love with Web3 gaming and is probably one of, if not, the biggest proponent of Web3 gaming in terms of, presence on X. And he tries to push that as much as he possibly can. And he has said himself, he is looking for the best possible games to launch in the Genesis pools on Blackhole. So the success of Blackhole can also have a fantastic success on Web3 gaming. Now, Web3 gaming did go through, obviously, as you saw in the CoinDesk article, some issues, especially with funding, and basically finding liquidity for their tokens. And then Blackhole solves all of that by utilizing Blackhole for their launch. And of course, these huge centralized exchanges charging millions and millions and millions of dollars to basically list on the exchange and get some level of liquidity. Now, Web3 games don't need that anymore. They have Blackhole. They can get huge amounts of liquidity instantly. And of course, then get their hands in tokens of believers by contributing to the Genesis pool and basically being able to distribute their token in a fair and affordable way. So I do think that the success of Blackhole, let's look at that, $282 million value locked. That's despite the 4 or 5 days we've had of bearish momentum. The TVL in Avalanche continues to rise. This is going to be very much a net positive for Web3 gaming, guys, okay? In addition to all of that, if we actually head over here to votes, now, of course, the APRs have been coming down on Blackhole, guys. They have been. But as you can see here, the fees for the votes has been going through the roof. The rewards for NFT holders, which you can only get if you lock or burn your black, is nearing on $2 million for this epoch. $2 million a week, and they've only got 282 million TVL. Now, imagine what it's going to be if they get $1 billion in TVL.
The dreams are lovely.
You could argue that would be a 4x. That would be $8 million a week in rewards, which will encourage more people to burn their black into a VNFT or lock up their VNFT, which will obviously have a positive effect on the black token. And as you can see here, the total fees, $900,000 came from the last epoch of fees, guys, okay? So that got carried over, and then has pretty much matched it here, $895,000 in incentives, leading a total rewards of $1.79 million. So I know there's a lot of people that, maybe a little bit bearish, thinking, oh, these emissions are not going to last, then what's going to happen to black and Blackhole? Trust me, Blackhole know what they're doing here. They are basically using the emissions to get your attention and then getting the TVL and then by having such huge figures like nearly $2 billion of total rewards, that's going to get more attention on the VNFTs and more people are going to burn their black. And then basically the black token is going to level out. And let's not forget, Elio and Beckett have huge plans for Blackhole, including the new Genesis pools and Genesis projects that they plan to launch on the platform that hasn't even happened yet. Okay. And let's not forget that any super holders or stakers, they will be using 10% of the fees to buy back the super token, which of course is in the gaming ecosystem as well. And this story continues. Now, what is one of the most key components that you associate with Web3 gaming?
NFT, huh?
NFTs. Okay, let's see how the NFT ecosystem's heating up. As you can see here, scrap metal billionaire, and this is, by the way, news that came out yesterday, Adam Weitsman buys over 5,000 Yuga Labs NFTs. Okay, guys, so he is obviously super bullish, and this is a general trend. NFTs are getting bought and snapped up once again, over and over again. As you can see here, 5,000 NFTs from Yuga Labs, the Web3 studio behind Bored Ape Yacht Club, of course, and he is making a long-term investment in Otherside. Otherside is the metaverse for the Bored Apes, and acquiring over 5,000 other deeds, mega coders, and weapon coders direct from Yuga Labs to continue building his collection. And not only that, he's saying he's making a series of acquisitions on the open market this year as well. Obviously, the Bored Apes have had a pretty rough time, and they haven't rebounded maybe as much as people would expect, but the Bored Apes have obviously insane legacy in crypto and Web3. And obviously, if the other side metaverse comes out finally and is a huge success, then obviously that can have a massive impact, of course, once again, in the whole Web3 gaming NFT space. Not only that, guys, we've seen so much more momentum. If we have a look here at the NFT price floor, so we can see in the last 30 days alone, we've seen the likes of CryptoPunks up 91%, Pudgy Penguins up 116%, now over $50,000. When I had my interview with Aaron Teng, the CEO of Pudgy Asia, just a few weeks ago, it was 20 grand. Now it's 50 grand, okay? We've also got Fidenzas here, very famous collections, especially art collections, 103% up. Lil Pudgy's 104% up, Mutant Apes 53% up, Node Monkeys 194% up, Ringers 169% up. You get the idea, guys. I'm running out of breath here, but you know what I'm saying. The NFT market is heating up, and the NFT market is correlated with the gaming market as well. Let's not forget that Abstract Chain, with its NFT ecosystem, has been seeing significant volumes from Web3 gamers actually using the NFTs in the game, not just buying them for speculative assets, which again makes me very bullish on the whole Abstract Chain ecosystem. Heading over to the block here, there's also been Ethereum holding company GameSquare purchasing a CryptoPunk NFT as a treasury asset for $5.15 million in preferred shares. Okay, so yes, we've been talking a lot about treasury companies and holding companies buying Bitcoin, buying Ethereum, buying Sui, buying Tron. You get the idea, but people are doing that with NFTs again. If that doesn't tell you that NFTs are back, I don't know what will. Okay, and you can actually see here the CryptoPunk NFT, this cultural artifact here, the cowboy ape CryptoPunk, acquired from Robert Leshner, who's quite a famous guy in crypto. He obviously co-founded Compound, a famous DeFi protocol, and they bought it off him for $5.15 million, guys. And they also added $10 million of ETH to their treasury. So of course, this trend continues, and it obviously shows the importance of NFTs. NFTs are certainly not dead. In fact, they're showing huge signs of life. Now, heading over here, just 2 days ago, we have a story about Chill House. Okay, now Chill House is basically a meme coin, guys, and they have a new NFT collection that's tied to the meme coin, and it triggered a rapid repricing of both the NFTs and the underlying token this week. As you can see here, a 20x NFT launch on Solana. Now, 20x on NFT launches have been unseen for a very long time, and these are stories that are hitting us like a bomb right now. Okay, so as you can see, a 20-fold gain that delivered more than 3 SOL in profit to early buyers. They were minted on the 30th of July at 0.28 SOL each, and it saw its secondary market value climb all the way to 5 SOL. Okay, that also had a positive impact, of course, on the meme token. But what I'm trying to tell you here is that even new launches of NFTs are starting to get exciting. Now, heading over to Blockworks, guys, of course, one of the best publications in crypto. We're heading back to Pudgy Penguins. Now, Luca Netz, the CEO, predicts an NFT mania crypto gaming comeback. The man himself, Luca Netz, is on track to make $50 million in revenue in 2025. And what he goes on to say here is that he thinks that you'll see the mania again. He thinks you'll see a version of 2020, 2021 happen again. And who could bet against him? Okay. And he said he's even more certain about gaming than he is of NFTs, which plays back into my thesis. Okay, guys, now with Pudgy Penguins, obviously, CEO, predicting the NFT mania, and let's not forget, he is also in control and it has launched Abstract Chain. I think Abstract Chain holds probably one of the biggest opportunities in crypto right now. Everyone is bullish on Pengu. Everyone is bullish on Pudgy Penguins. Everyone is bullish on Pudgy Party that's coming out as well. Abstract Chain is still primed, okay? Their token hasn't launched yet. It's coming in Q4 of 2025, and it's still available right now to earn XP points that can help you actually get tokens during the launch as an airdrop. Now, with Abstract Chain completely focused on consumer crypto, completely focused on NFTs, on consumer products, of course, gaming, culture, right in the heart of what I think this bull market is going to have a very, very big play, this segment. Okay, and now if you want to get your hands on Abstract Chain, you can still do that right now. You have to earn these XP points, okay? And how do you earn XP points? As Roller's Soul here says, you have to hold top abstract NFTs, such as Abstractio NFT, Dreamalo, Final Bossu, Fugs, Bearus, as you can see here, Gigaverse, ROMs, etc. Now also, if you acquire the top meme coin tokens as well, that can also give you XP points. If you use the dashboard's trade function instead of external trade bots, apply for the creator program, basically streaming to earn XP, and of course joining streams and tipping creators. Okay, so this is a very high level overview, and I highly recommend, if you're interested in Abstract Chain, which you should be, they have been teasing the token for a long time because I believe that they're building up so much hype, they're building up so much effort, energy, and of course demand for Abstract, that when they finally launch the token, it's going to go bananas, guys. And this is the only way that you can have access to the token right now, is by earning these XPs. And let's not forget, you're not just earning XP, you're investing in the ecosystem. Now, are you telling me that the CEO of Pudgy Penguins, the most successful NFT project today, that is going to partner with McDonald's and has partnered with Walmart and has partnered with NASCAR and is going to basically take over the App Store's #1 game, are you telling me that the NFTs in their ecosystem are not going to blow up and do amazingly well as well? Are you telling me that gaming in Abstract Chain is not going to take off? In fact, are you telling me that Abstract Chain is actually just not going to be a huge success, especially during this whole consumer crypto drive of hardware, gaming, Web3 devices, mobile devices, you name it? 100% Abstract Chain is a huge opportunity for everyone watching this channel. Sticking to NFTs, Ribbiter here, let's not forget, just a couple of weeks ago, I put it in my video, an AI agent is automatically buying these NFTs. They bought this CryptoPunk at 89 ETH. In 2021, we didn't have AI agents buying our bags. We didn't have AI agents buying our NFTs. Well, this is something that's in play for this bull market, okay? And let's not forget, it's highly well predicted that within the next year, some even say less than a year, let's just say a year, 15 months or so, people are actually saying that AI agents are going to have more transactions on chain than humans. And if more and more people are putting their bags to work, or basically letting AI agents invest for them, either as a DAO, treasury, or even their own wallet, then who's to say they're not going to see, NFT collections and get very excited by them, like Ribbiter here did. Okay, so that's another thing to take into account during this cycle. Now, if we actually head over here to OpenSea, oh, look at that. Abstract Chain is just right next to Ethereum NFTs, the most easiest to find on OpenSea, of course, the world famous NFT platform that was really at the heart of the major bull run in 2021, 2020. And you can actually head over to Abstract, okay? I highly recommend that you get over there immediately, go get yourself an Abstract global wallet and start doing the things that I said to earn some XP points, okay? Because you do not want to miss this Abstract Chain bull run. And on top of all of this, if we actually head over to CoinGecko here, Pengu, Rect, which is a really awesome project as well, guys, and could very much follow Pengu as price action, but we'll talk about that on another day. Yield Games, under 100 million, and then after that, it's complete fall off, guys. We've got Abster, Poly, 2 meme coins, 29 million, 11 million. After that, we're down 5 million, 5 million, 2 million, 2 million, and it goes into Goblin Town when it comes to the market cap. So what do I smell? I smell a huge amount of opportunity here. And I tell you why, because we have, of course, Web3 gaming, we have NFTs, we have the success of Pengu, the success of Pudgy, the launch of Pudgy Party. We have all that huge mania. And of course, we have the Fed cut rates coming in September, 90% chance of that as well, which is going to spark more and more money coming into the system, which is going to get retail finally invested with all this consumer crypto hype. And I think one of the best things that you can do right now is to study every single project that you can see here on CoinGecko under the Abstract ecosystem. And I will be choosing my picks for the favorite Abstract projects that I can find at a low market cap further along, guys, in one of my future daily videos, okay? So comment below, what do you guys think? Do you think Abstract Chain is going to heat up in this bull market? Are you bullish on Web3 gaming in this bull market? If you are, smash that like button, tell us and comment below, guys, because I tell you what, I'm super bullish on this ecosystem. All right, guys, that is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the content today. I really enjoyed this one, guys. You can sense my excitement in the Abstract Chain ecosystem, in Web3 gaming, in consumer crypto, guys. This is all really cool stuff, and we can see it's bubbling to the fore. We can see the rates of adoption coming with the likes of Pengu, with the Giphies that they're pushing out everywhere, with the huge price action that we're seeing in certain Web3 gamings, and of course the resurgence of GameFi, both in Google Trends and of course with certain project tokens. And if you're bullish on this channel, like the channel, guys, subscribe, hit that bell notification on so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. And guess what? I'm posting a video every single day, Monday to Friday, just for you guys to know what my thoughts are in the market and to help you with your investment decisions. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again back here tomorrow.